The June 12th protest of 1993 in Nigeria was as a result of the annulment of the June 12th presidential election by the Ibrahim Babangida's military regime, which was widely considered to be free and fair. Before we continue, please subscribe, like, and comment on this video. Major General Ibrahim Babangida, IBB, took power in Nigeria on August 27, 1985, through a palace coup that removed Major General Muhammadu Buhari. In January 1986, Babangida and his Armed Forces Ruling Council, AFRC, started a plan to return to civilian rule by October 1990. In 1987, a decree established the National Electoral Commission, NEC, to manage elections. The IBB government also created the Political Bureau, led by Professor Sam Cooke, to advise on this transition. The Bureau's 1987 report suggested encouraging political competition to unite Nigeria's diverse ethnic and religious groups. Babangida postponed the civilian handover to 1992, citing the need for a smooth transfer. Through Decree 25 of 1987, he banned politicians and public officials from the Second Republic from participating in Third Republic politics. In May 1989, he lifted the ban on political parties, but only 6 met the NEC's standards. Babangida rejected these parties, accusing them of being too divided. In December 1989, he formed 2 new parties, the National Republican Convention, NRC, and the Social Democratic Party, SDP. The government initially funded these parties and provided office space. During this time, the IBB government stopped coup attempts led by Major General Mamman Vatsa in 1987 and Major Gideon Orkar in 1990. The government created new states, increasing from 21 in 1987 to 30 in 1991, and local governments doubled to nearly 600 by 1993. Babangida kept moving the handover date, first to January 1993, then to August 27, 1993. Despite multiple parties applying, only 6 met NEC's criteria, and Babangida rejected them for being too divided. He formed the NRC and SDP, initially funded by the government but later privately financed. Local government elections took place in 1987 and 1991, while state elections occurred in 1991 and 1992. Presidential primaries in 1992 were canceled due to alleged fraud, barring prominent figures like Shehu Yar'Adua and Adamu Kiroma from running again. Babangida restructured the military government, replacing the AFRC with the National Defense and Security Council, and creating a civilian transitional council led by Chief Ernest Shonekan. The NEC's new nomination process produced Bashir Tofa for the NRC and MKO Abiola for the SDP as presidential candidates. Abiola, a wealthy media mogul, and Tofa, a businessman, both had military ties. Abiola picked Babagana Kingibe as his running mate, while Tofa chose Sylvester Ugo. The election, held on June 12, 1993, saw Abiola win in 19 out of 30 states and the Federal Capital Territory. However, the NEC suspended result announcements due to a court order, and the final vote revealed Abiola had won by a 58% majority. On June 24th, IBB annulled the election, citing vote buying and the need to protect the judiciary. The annulment sparked violent protests, particularly in the Southwest, with over 100 people killed. The international community condemned the annulment, leading to the suspension of aid from the UK, US, and EU. Former military leaders, including Olusegun Obasanjo and Muhammadu Buhari, called for Babangida's removal. The government shut down media houses, arrested journalists, and terminated NEC activities. Ernest Shonekan's interim national government faced economic challenges with rising debt and inflation. Shonekan removed petroleum subsidies, causing a strike by the Nigerian Labor Congress. On November 17, 1993, Sani Abacha overthrew Shonekan in a palace coup, dissolving the legislature and banning political activities. Abacha created a constitutional conference for a transition to civilian rule, but retained significant power. MKO Abiola declared himself president in June 1994 and was arrested for treason, sparking protests and strikes. The government cracked down on union leaders and civilian cabinet members. In March 1995, the government announced an alleged coup attempt, leading to secret trials and sentences for figures like Olusegun Obasanjo and Shehu Musa Yar'Adua. International backlash resulted in reduced penalties. Abacha set a 3-year time frame for transitioning to civilian rule, but died on June 8, 1998. Abiola died a month later in detention. In 2018, Muhammadu Buhari, as a civilian president, declared June 12 as Nigeria's new Democracy Day, honoring the annulled 1993 election.